it do, big dog?
What's happening, pimpin'? You know how it go, man. Yeah, just their ways. Kill
Hey,
City.
hey, man. I was bumping the track Belichick on the way up here, man.
Call me Bill Belichick. I should be coaching. You know how it go, man.
Yo, how that record came together, man?
Alright, so first off, let me go and shout out my boy Dave Lizzy. You know, he pulled up on me one day. We was both free. I think it was like a weekend, or whatever day it was. We was both free. I hit him up. I was like, bro, I'm trying to make some music or whatever. He was like, bet. He put up to the crib, and this before he got his whole studio and everything set up. So he had all his equipment, but my crib, I'm just a rapper, bro. So I don't got no stands, none of that. I ain't got no whole studio set up in my crib.
Yeah.
So we sitting there listening through beats or whatever. One thing led to another. He was just like, bro, you got to do this one. And originally, the verse was supposed to go on another track that I was going to do with his man, C Rain, shout him out. But he played the beat, and I was like, let's get it. And I was like, bro, how we going to set up? Like, if you hear it in the song, I'm like, we got the mic stand on the Swiffer box. Like, you know the Swiffer wet jet?
What that is?
Like, the little mop. Like, I had a box that I had just bought, like, with a whole pack of them. So we just set the mic stand up on that.
Oh, shit, y'all creative.
Bed, yeah.
Like Mexicans.
Hey, black. I ain't gonna say Mexicans. Black people more creative than anybody, you know. To be real, but I feel what you're saying though. But innovative, bro, just immediately right then and there. It's like how I'm a God, but more creative. You just figure something out if you ain't got it.
Okay. And when you shot that video, I seen a girl with a fur coat on. Who was that?
That's my homegirl, man.
Who's that? Like,
I just call her KK.
okay.
But yeah, shout her out too though. And my boy Shane, you know Shane Bennett. Had a little cookout, whatever, just linked up with the fam, turned up. Like, realistically, my videos don't be nothing like, you know, whole setup with plots and theories. It's just, I be literally probably throw a cookout, cook some food, whatever, we just party. Like, it literally just be a party. It's just, we recording music with it.
What I liked about the video was I didn't see any guns or girls with fake asses, though. Did you do that on purpose, though? Like,
I mean,
a lot of
like
videos.
You hear in the song, though, I don't flex my strap, but I'm told you, like, I got no reason to go ahead and just be flexing my gun. Like, I'm not no active shooter. I ain't no street nigga, but I live in the state of South Carolina, bro. I have a strap. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna walk around with it, flashing it everywhere, but try that shit if you want to. Stand your ground low, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, man. How you feel about the social media gun flashes right now?
Let them do them. I don't got shit to do with that. Half the niggas who do it, shit, if I know them, they probably will bust your ass, but I just don't see a point in putting my gun on there. Because if I kill a nigga, you know, I don't want no evidence of this shit. Like, I don't want to let it be known, oh, this is me with this, none of that. Like, niggas be showing the serial number and all of that. That's on them. I really ain't got shit to do with that. I ain't gonna do it.
Right, yeah. And I feel like it's kind of lame because guns are meant to kill people. So if you ain't gonna kill nobody with it, why you showing it?
I think they meant to protect yourself. I don't think they really just meant to kill. I think it's a protection thing, you know. But at the same time, most of the people I know who flash it, they will bust your ass. That's what I'm saying. Like, they will shoot you. I just don't see a point in me letting that be known because I'd rather fight. You know what I mean? Like, realistically, whatever we gotta solve, we can't talk it out. We just put our hands up, win, lose, or draw, my nigga. Go on back and let's go. This man, you got me looking.
Yeah, but I look at it like you kind of bringing the bad vibes to you when you do that shit, though.
Oh, nah, if you gonna be out here flexing your gun, you know what I mean? If somebody come up on you with that energy, you better be ready to use that shit. If you gonna portray yourself to be some goon, some street nigga, some thug, all of that demeanor that you gonna have, you just better be ready to handle that shit, because you putting that out there, so it's gonna come. Somebody gonna check that shit. Ain't nobody gonna let you just walk around thugged out and gangster when there's real G's out here. Like, fuck. You gonna get checked about that.
Do you think, like, also as a rapper, do you feel like they got an image of whole gangster rappers I'm talking about? I ain't talking about every rapper. Because you don't see J. Cole and Kendrick or Eminem promoting type of shit like that, top tier rappers. I'm talking about the money bags, the Gotti, Dolphs.
I don't think it's an image. I really believe, like, not everybody, because a lot of that shit be bullshit. I'm not talking about, like, no specific person. I just know, like, a lot of music is bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, niggas don't, like, I know a lot of people who rap about guns and shit like that ain't never shot one before. Probably don't even own one. They gotta use their homie stick if they getting something. For real, there's some real shit. But I don't think it's an image. I think people who really rap like that, really living like that. You know what I mean? It's nothing to uphold if you really like that.
Yeah.
That's why I say, like, I'd rather fight. Like, I ain't gonna run from the fight, but I'm damn sure not about to be the nigga on Front Street ready to shoot a motherfucker. You know
we gotta also realize, as soon as the fight come out, the guns are coming out soon after. We seen that with Kane Vaughn, the incident with Quandale Rondo.
I mean, I'm not from Chicago, but I just know that they live a certain lifestyle from what they talk about. And if they are known to be active shooters, like, if you into it with one of them, you gotta assume that's what's about to happen. So, I mean, RIP to him, you know, that's a fucked up situation, but I just wish that, you know, shit like that ain't have to happen.
It's not supposed to happen, man. But he was also allegedly the Grim Reaper of Chicago catching bodies, though. So, I mean, the bully just got shot. Bullies aren't bulletproof.
I'm gonna say it like this: R.I.P. Fredo Santana. That's the real Grim Reaper. Like you really want to call it that?
Yeah.
And, you know, he ain't even down with no gun violence. You know, it was a little overdose situation. Like that was
on lean.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say overdose, but he had body complications from what I read. Again, I don't know him, but you know, I just don't believe like in situations like that. I choose like I ain't gonna get into that shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like that. I don't live like that. Like I said, I'm a regular nigga. I paint and cut grass for a living. So like, I'm not gonna sit here and try to be like I'm in the street serving this, doing that, out here gangbanging. I don't do none of that shit. I'm a regular ass nigga.
You feel like a lot of people glorify that bullshit though?
It's very entertaining. Don't get me wrong. Like,
what's entertaining about it? Like, what's your thoughts on it? Why is it entertaining?
I'm saying it's entertaining in the sense of it gives people something to look at. You know what I mean? Like you putting on a show. Like they're not doing that for a show, but it's appealing to audiences. It's like that's what basically hip hop is based upon. You know what I mean? Like not necessarily real beef, but hip hop beef with somebody screaming on you, dropping a diss track, and performing that shit. You know what I mean? But these niggas nowadays is really living like that. So it's like you can't just drop some shit and think there's no consequence anymore. Like back in the day, you could do that. You know what I mean? You might see the nigga fight, maybe if it was that. But nowadays, these niggas really living like that. Like people out here that rap that gangster shit, they got homies really dying in the streets. So it's like, I just think it's appealing to other people who not really living like that because they get to look at it and be like, damn, that's fun, that looks like this, it looks like that. But realistically, if your mans get shot, you'll understand how they feel about shit. Because like I say all the time, I'm not no street nigga, I'm not no killer, but you kill one of my mans, I promise you I'm gonna make shit. Like, that's just different though. I don't believe in, justice, send him to jail. Nah, I'm going eye for eye with that. Like, damn.
So you believe in that, what it was, Malcolm X philosophy? The by any means necessary, you don't...
Oh yeah, definitely. Cause like, if you kill my partner, like I don't want you. Like I was another person who said it before, but like, bro, I wouldn't want you breathing every day. I don't care if you in jail, nigga. You get to eat. You still get to make phone calls. Like my nigga 6 feet deep. That's how I would feel about it. Like, you know what I mean? So that's how. Cause my little brother got killed. Like you know what I mean? Like
how did your little brother get killed? Man?
He got shot in a drive-by. It was like broad
in South Carolina.
Like, yeah.
Where?
Like in 2018. It was like the Hopkins area.
What?
Yeah, this was in 2018, but September. Yeah, he got killed. And I hope that, I'm not going to speak on a lot of shit, but may the other nigga rest in piss. You know what I mean? Like, fuck him. Straight up.
Did they ever find the alleged shooter?
I'm not getting into all of that, but you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
We ain't talk about it. Yeah, man, sorry for the loss, though, man. And speaking of gun violence, what about the shit about Jeezy and Gucci, though? Did you see that versus battle?
Not a Jeezy or Gucci fan. I'm from up top though, so like when I was coming up, my brother always listened to like Benny Siegel, DMX, like Fab, Jadakiss.
Where you was born at?
I was born in Atlanta, Georgia, at Georgia Baptist. But like 6 months later, my mom moved me up top because I was a sick baby. So like the only doctors that could really treat the shit was in Jersey, and she took me up there because they had better treatment and all of that. So.
Okay, so you from Jersey? Okay. So growing up in Jersey, like.
I moved down here when I was like 7 or 8 years old. So I really grew up. That's what I'm saying. My family in Jersey, but if anybody asks me, I'm from the 803. Like, I'm not gonna go up there to no neighborhood and find homies and partners. I got family, but this is where I'm from. You know what I mean? I always make that shit be known. Like, yeah.
This is where your roots at.
Yeah, but I just still, Southern-wise, like music, growing up, I wasn't listening to none of that shit. My older brother is my musical influence, so that Gucci and Jeezy shit, like I don't know nothing about they beef. Like I don't really listen to either one of them niggas, to be honest.
So what artists you grew up listening to then?
DMX, Benny Siegel, Wu-Tang, Biggie, Jadakiss, Fab. Yeah, like
that New York boom bap rap.
I mean, if that's what you want to call it, but basically, yeah.
You say he was a Wu-Tang fan. Who the best Wu-Tang member you think?
I mean, Old Dirty Bastard was probably like the most legendary one, but my favorite, I'm not gonna say the best because I can't really decide other people's music opinions, but definitely Method Man. Like I follow him like with just even past just music. Like everything he did in his career was just made me realize how smart the man was. You know what I mean? He went from being this real thug ass street nigga to doing like what you would call mainstream shit, like acting. You know what I mean? Like he went from that to being way farther. He just used the music as a platform to uplift him. So I'll say that's my favorite. I wouldn't diagnose it best. You know what I mean?
I'd probably say Ray because he gave me the Purple Tape with Cuban Links, though, man. I don't know if he the best, but it's kind of Method Man. That's a good one, but I say Ray gave me Cuban Links. And then he gave me that The Rain, though, you know what I'm saying? That album, so that song was amazing. one of the greatest songs of all time, I think. Like, so I fuck with Ray a lot though, man.
I feel that.
I feel you. You say Beanie Siegel though, okay.
Raw Street Bully. That's my nigga, bro.
How you think about
Mac
his
Gorilla, straight up.
How you feel about his health they went down recently over the years, man? Like him getting knocked out. You seen on World Star.
I'm gonna say it like this, bro. That wouldn't have happened in the early 2000s, late 90s. But you gotta realize that's an old man now. I'm not gonna say old, but that's a grown ass man, bro. He's not in the streets active no more. So I mean, you run down on any nigga over the age of 40, bro. Like, what you think gonna happen to him? We 20, 25, 30 years old in our primes, bro. Like, he ain't trying to go to jail for killing nobody, but niggas know what he was doing back in the day when he was active. So I mean, I can't really speak on that.
Yeah, he was state property was a menace to society, bro. Like Beans was fucking niggas up.
Not even that. It's really known that like this nigga jumped off stage at a show and was in the club fighting 40 niggas. Like he's one of the niggas on stage rapping, jumped off stage to go fight niggas in the crowd. Like that's different. Niggas not doing that nowadays.
I remember I heard a quote from Jay. Jay was like, "Beans could be better than Tupac." Do you really believe that?
I don't know about that because Tupac different. A nigga a poet, like you know what I mean. He's a legend. Like I'm not gonna sit and say that he's the best rapper to ever live because that's really a hard thing to put on somebody. You know what I mean? Because it's just so many factors that come into that shit. But he's top tier legendary. You know what I mean? So I don't believe Beans would have been that musically. You know what I mean? Like I just even when I listen to his music, Tupac is a whole different way. You know what I mean? It's real different. Tupac is a one-of-a-kind type nigga. Same with Beans, is just, I just don't see him being better than Tupac. You know what I mean? That's respect to the OG, but I just don't see that.
Do you feel like Beans had a long run though? A lot of people say his run was quite short, brief. Do you feel like his run was long?
I say musically, it was probably short, which you'll see, but it's like behind the scenes, like he was really living like that. So like, his music wasn't no bullshit. Like he's called Beanie Mac for a reason.
That's why you feel like people felt it because they believed it.
Hell yeah! Like if you knew if you was around in that age, like I wasn't actually an adult in that age, right? But my brother was so into it that I understood all of this shit because he was explaining to me what he was doing, who he was about. So it's like when you understand that shit, you realize these lyrics, and you hear what he's saying. It's like, oh, this nigga's really like that. He's not no mainstream industry nigga. That was the difference in it.
Yeah, I agree, man. I feel like 50 Cent kind of crushed like Beans. Like watching that Jay-Z interview,
Nigga, 50 is a bully.
I think 50 Cent crushed because Beans was trying to bubble up in the 2000s, but he still didn't really have that wave yet. He was, he had a street buzz, but I just feel like 50 came in 2003 with Get Rich or Die Trying and just
that shit was different, bro. Like I think that album is like one time. I think it's 9 times platinum. They go 10 times platinum. That's diamond. Like it might be diamond, but that shit is damn near diamond, bro. Like that album that's honestly one of my favorite albums ever. That's the first CD I ever bought with my own money.
Really? How old you was at the time? You look young. How old you now?
25. So 03, I was like, it was around 04 when I bought it. So I was like 9 years old.
Okay.
8, 9 years old. Cutting grass. You use that money to go to Walmart and buy a CD.
Man, that's back in the day when you had to spend like, what, $15 on the fucking CD.
It was like 15, 20, 25.
Hell yeah.
They didn't know what CD it was. They were going to charge you more. You know what I mean? Like, at that time frame, you think about 50.
You got the cursing version or you had the...
Definitely the cursing version. My mama didn't never told me not to curse in the house. It's just when I went outside, she was like, you know how to act in public. But at the crib, even to this day, I'll be talking to my mom in front of people. They're like, bro, that's your mama. Like, okay, nigga, that's my best friend too. Like, we got the same name, literally. Like, that's the name, that's the last tape, last track on my tape. It's called Letter to Mama Tracy. Like, my name is Tracy. She spelled mine Tracy. Hers is Traci. So, yeah, like, that's, she ain't never really censored shit out of my life. Like, she let me live how I wanted to.
Okay. And you say, I'm sorry, you talking to now, not because y'all, you talking about him and Wayne at the moment.
Yeah, them niggas was popping in the 2000s. Boy, you hell. This nigga hell, bro. Like, y'all can't even see this nigga because he behind the camera, bro. This nigga hell. Like,
I be cooling.
And you got me out here scoping, nigga. Like, the way you looking, I can't tell if it's something.
Hey, man, it's Saturday and women out here wearing tight joggers and Jay Reed is looking, baby. Jay Reed is looking, son. So, back to what you were saying.
Nah, like in the 2000s, like, I'll say like, yeah, the 2000s, I feel like it was ran by Wayne, but 50 was just off just that one album, Get Rich or Die Trying, was just different. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know yet. I feel like Wayne was that guy. I feel like Wayne was popping, but Wayne really didn't put a stamp on the game until probably 06 through 2011 to 12 when he went on that crazy mixtape run. when he was
You gotta
mixtape
remember though,
Weezy.
Wayne been rapping since like '99, bro.
I understand it.
So it's like
No,
if you
actually
say
longer than
stamp-
that though.
Yeah,
He
that,
rapping since
I'm saying,
'95.
like, but if you say stamp, like I mean, I see what you're saying with 06, but even before that, like
I mean, he had to block his high. That album went platinum, but I feel like
you gotta realize that we live in a day and age of streaming, bro.
Yeah.
This shit went platinum off physical copies.
that's right.
So
But his
it's-
second album flopped.
And what do you do after that?
I mean,
To this
500 Degrees went gold.
Still,
The
though,
Carter
it's
one
just-
would really put Wayne back on the map, though.
I see what you're saying. You gotta realize the bullshit that was going on with Young Money and all that too, though. How y'all doing?
Yeah, I see where you're going with that, but I feel like in 03, 50 Cent was the biggest artist on the planet. And
Definitely.
Dipset.
Yeah, hey, shout out Dipset. You see why I got on pink? Word is my. Hey, it's funny you say that. I swear, bro, I wear pink because of camera. Ain't nobody gonna check that nigga. That nigga had on a pink neat with a pink phone, my nigga. Pink Scully. Like, who gonna see?
Cam was so flamboyant though, bro. Like
Hey.
Cam was like the up north Pimp C. I felt like, bro.
Bro, he is Cameron. I never compare Cameron to another motherfucker walking this earth.
Well, that's your Cam. Pimp C is one of mine.
See, and that's another thing. I'm not with the down south wave of
You're
music
not
from
down
back in the day. Like now, I listen to a lot of these down south rappers because I grew up here. Now I'm to that age of picking my own music. When I was younger, I wasn't going out trying to find my own shit.
Okay. And you also and you say 50. And a lot of people say he only got one classic album. Do you agree on that though, or you feel like that's just crazy? I think it's bonkers.
No, like I said, but that album is damn near Donna. So I do see what people mean by that. Because when you compare his other albums to that one, of course you're gonna say that. But that shit is in its own lane of its own, bro. Like that is a whole fucking
The
playlist.
soundtrack was good too though. The Get Rich or Die Trying movie soundtrack was lit.
Come on, bro. Like that is a whole playlist you can bump straight through. It's not many times you can do that. In general with music, there's not many pieces of music in history that you can just listen to and not skip a song every time.
Reasonable Doubt, Blueprint.
I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Like I respect Jay-Z more on a nigga who he is level. Like, I just honestly, there's certain niggas I just don't like the way they sound. Like,
You don't like Jay-Z music?
I just don't like his voice. It's not like I like his music. I just really don't like the nigga voice. I can't explain that. Like I just, it's like music is sound waves, bro. And if a sound wave ain't hitting my brain the way right, it's not gonna hit right. Like I definitely listen to his lyrics and understand all of that shit, but
But I feel like Jay got the best quotables in history.
probably so. Probably so.
I think he got the best quotables. Ain't
'Cause
nobody.
everybody, I say it like this, bro. This is my Mount Rushmore from when I really started understanding music to now.
Right.
And I'm gonna say it's probably like just because of the way they ran shit. Drake and Wayne, Ye and Hov. Cause even with this versus shit going on right now, name somebody that's gonna beat them four in the verses. You can't name nobody outside them four going against each other. 20 tracks a piece. Names out of them four I just said, name one nigga outside of them that's gonna win.
I think DMX and Jay-Z be a good one though.
And look, DMX is my nigga, bro.
What about Nas and Jay though? Nas got rule the world though.
Look, bro. I just named 20 songs. I would think about just a whole catalog of 20 tracks
Okay.
and compare any 20 songs from anyone. A lot of niggas don't even have 20 good songs.
You're right.
So you think about
But
going
DMX
to-
got 20 good songs. though.
Facts, but it's not fucking with Jay. You got to think about it because the verses only isn't just about what you rap. It's about
Think
what you
about it,
write,
though.
produce, engineer, all of that shit.
But look at it like
which is
this.
different.
But think about it also like this. Jay don't really do features like that, but he featured on a couple of him and Ace got songs together. So yeah, it shows you the respect he got for the
Nah, that's respect. And look, like I said, bro, DMX, like, even on one of my tracks, I've said it, bro. You might not understand why I'm being so aggressive when this mic in my hand. Like, DMX influenced me, my nigga. Like,
Yeah.
I be in the studio just yelling, like, just because that shit is turned. Like, I can't help the fact that I'm an energetic ass nigga, but hearing his music and certain niggas' music and history just lets me know, like, bro, it's okay to express yourself because it's an expressive art. It's an expressive form of art. So it's like, I got the utmost respect for him, but he not fucking with him.
I don't think nobody will fuck with him though, man. I don't know. That four right there hard to beat. Though.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like that's my Mount
That is
Rushmore.
the
When
greatest four.
When you put it to this versus shit, think about 20 songs, whether they produced, engineered, wrote it.
Future. You know why? Because Future could beat you off energy, and ain't nobody touching Future energy. Future got hits on top of hits.
I'll say this.
Future.
Look,
It's the only artist I can see probably beating Jay-Z, Wayne, and Kanye. It's Future.
I mean, you left one name out. He wouldn't beat Drake.
Who?
Future.
He probably could. He probably wouldn't beat him, but it'd be
wanna-
close enough.
you
It'd
wanna
be a
know-
tie.
you wanna know why I
Future.
wouldn't?
Future got enough hits just as much as Drake.
How
Yes, he
many
does.
hits do Future got that I'm saying it like this though, that's not a feature of someone else though? Like these niggas that I'm
Dude,
naming,
Comma went the big song.
I'm just saying, bro, listen. I'm saying how many, not just one, how many do they got compared to singles with another nigga? Even though the verses shit is like I'm saying, Drake would, bro, come on, bro. And the thing is, you said Wayne, Ye, and Hove, like, bro, Future not fucking with none of the four of them. Like, Drake is one of the reasons he be going platinum, for real, like.
Nah. Then he got Comma, he got DS2. That whole DS2 you can ride out to. You got Tony Montana. I mean, he did a song with Kelly Rowland though. A song with Rihanna Future. Even before he was Future.
All right, so